They out there killing themselves right now. What we doing about it? Unemployed black males, what we doing about it? Pants sagging, weed smoking, what we doing about it? Black men are not raising black boys to be the men our community needs. That is.
How can you raise how can you be a big brother to a single mom's kids? Remember, women are emotional children. If she gets mad at you, she gonna be like, oh, my kids, these are my kids. Don't tell my kids what to do. Women do that all the time. I've dated single mothers. And when they get mad at you, oh, you can't tell my kid what to do. That's my kid. You ain't the father, da 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 da. So without male authority, how can you raise another man's kid if you wanted to do a big brother type of situation? The reason why most men do not deal with that, because like I said, women are very chaotic. They get mad at you. They may want to falsely accuse you of touching their kids if they're mad at you. That happened to my cousin. He was falsely accused of touching. He was dating a single mom. And then she got mad at him because they were arguing, typical human stuff. And she falsely accused him of touching her kids because she had 3 kids. And he went to jail for that. And she lied and laughed, say, oh, I ruined your life. His whole life was ruined messing with a single mom. So I'm saying is, Dr. Umar, I understand what he's saying, that we should help the single moms raise their bastard children. But the problem is with that is we the men don't have any authority. A woman can ruin your life due to her having the power to crush you by falsely accusing you anytime she gets mad at you. Who wants to take that kind of risk?
It's 100% our fault. What I'm saying is she got a right to be angry with us. She got a right to be angry with us. We have not been on our job as black men. If the men are the providers, what have we been providing for our community? I'm not speaking you individually.
Yes.
Because you may be a damn good father. You may be a damn good father. You may be a damn good father, but guess what? What are we doing for the community? What are we doing for the children who don't have a father? You don't think the black woman got a right to be angry when she been raising 2/3?
Again, that's good and all to have a big brother program. But like I said, human nature is a bitch. Women are chaotic. They have the mindsets of teenage children. Black women are extremely volatile. They're combative. They won't listen. So women, how can you have responsibility for a community if you don't have authority over that which you're responsible for? That doesn't make sense. You can't run a community where you're the boss of a company, but you have no say. You don't have any authority to punish or to direct or to be able to write laws or policies for your company. It won't work. It'll be chaos.
Of the kids by herself for 50 years? And the minute she raised her voice, we say she not humble enough? She had to become masculine to survive the rape, the molestation, the domestic abuse. Are you telling me you can't see how we created that?
I understand that, but she needs to be more
selective. If we was loving our women and taking care of our women, do you think she would be like that? That personality has a history.
So he's correct. Dr. Umar's correct in that. We as men, our forefathers at least, because not us today, but our forefathers did not protect the black woman. We didn't protect our women. They didn't protect the women. They didn't build sustainable, strong communities that can outlast all of the destruction that happened during the 70s and 80s. But now it's kind of too late. Black women, the only way for black women and black men to get back together is if the whole system collapses and there's a reset. Whereas communities are forced to get back together, men have authority so they can lead, and women submit and obey the men. Then the healing can start with the black community. But you cannot have responsibility for something and not have authority over that which you're responsible for. We can have a big brother program, but the men need to have some authority over the kids' guidance if we're going to be responsible for this child, financially and otherwise.
if she's picking Pookie and Ray Ray instead of
you're making her a scapegoat.
No, she's picking a scapegoat.
No.
There's good quality men that they ignore.
Why she even got it? Why is there even a Pookie in the selection?
You gotta ask Heaven.
No. I'm gonna tell you why there's a Pookie in the selection. Wow. Because black men have abandoned black boys and have allowed social media, white media, athletes, and rappers to raise them. That's why she with Pookie. If we never allowed Pookie to develop, she would not have a Pookie. If we're going to be men, the first thing we got to do is take responsibility for why our women feel the way they feel.
Dr. Umar's correct, but yes, black men should take responsibility for the intergenerational masculation of black women. But how can men correct black women's bad behavior if we don't have authority to discipline and correct and train them onto properly how to be a woman? If you don't have authority over a woman, like let's just say you're married, your woman talks to you like trash and like dirt. You can't do anything because she'll call the cops if you try to put your foot down and be like, hey, I don't like that. I want you to do this, this, and this instead. She can call the cops and get you kicked out of your own house. But you're responsible for your family, but you have no say. That's what causes a lot of men to just leave, just abandon the family, because they don't have a say in their own household, which in turn causes a perpetual state of single mothers. Because if men don't have a say, three things could happen. If he doesn't have authority, he can either take the abuse and be extremely emasculated, like Bruce Jenner did, like a lot of men who just happy life, and accept the emasculation and the abuse. Or two, he could kirk out and do an O.J. Simpson on her. Or three, he can just leave and just be like, man, screw this, man. And just leave the household because he cannot take the abuse anymore, because he's not respected in his own house and he has no say. So.
I can hear that.
I'm not saying that they're right to disrespect, because even if a woman disrespects me, right? That still don't give me a right to disrespect her, because she's still the queen of the community, even if she's not acting like.
A man is essentially has to be a woman's lover, her father, her disciplinary, her comfort, her rock. A man, yes, he has to bear some long suffering, but a man is also supposed to be a disciplinarian, and he's supposed to educate and train a woman on how to act in his presence. If a woman is uncoachable and untrainable, then how can you have a functioning household? You cannot have responsibility without authority. It won't work. Your house will crumble within itself. So Dr. Umar's wrong on that sense. You cannot let a woman just openly disrespect you in public or in private. You need to be able to correct and train her on how to act. This is why a lot of successful black men, like athletes, rich black men, go with white women, Latino women, and Asian women, because they don't disrespect you openly in front of people in public or in private. Why, as a rich, successful black man, would I want to deal with a woman who's uncoachable, who's untrainable, and who's very combative? Think about that. Nobody doesn't want to deal with that. So, but anyways, this video getting longer than I needed to be. So I just wanted to get on here and talk about the situation on accountability, on responsibility, and over authority. It's very key to a successful marriage and relationship. So this is Dennis from Down on the